Hello, water signs. Welcome to your weekly reading for the week of June 27th through July 3rd. So they're fixing my AC right now, and it may be a little bit noisy because I have all these fans going. But if this has come across your feed and it resonates with you, then it is meant for you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with Cancer, and I'm going to turn this away so it's not blowing on the microphone. Okay. So Cancer, your overall oracle message for the week is change of seasons. And you're going to see how this starts to play out more and more throughout your reading, but you also have inner peace. So let me just go ahead and tell you that the changes that you're going through in your life right now, they are for the greater good. Like, it may not completely feel that way right now, but I'm telling you that, like, just give it even a week or 2 weeks and you're going to be like, it all makes so much sense. Like, it makes so much sense why I'm going through this, okay? Because let me tell you, your overall energy for the week, your tarot message is the Death card, the Tower card, and you have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. Major changes, Cancer. Like, I feel it. Major changes. It's like your heart is starting to flutter. You're kind of like, you're unsettled. You're not really sure what to do. You're like, like, where do I go? What do I do? It's that kind of like energy where you're just kind of restless. You know what I mean? But look, you also have discoveries ahead at the bottom of the deck. Like, truly just understand that you are being led in the right direction. Okay. So let me dive more into that. So you have the Page of Cups, you have the Fool, and you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Artist, which is specific only to this deck. Look at you, like you're just jumping in a new direction. You are the master of your own destiny. You are creating your future. You are plucking it out of thin air, and you're like, I know what I want to do now. Because whatever was happening here, it just wasn't working for you. It didn't serve you. It transformed you. Absolutely. Like, it changed your freaking life. But like, at the same time, you're like, okay, I'm ready to embrace something new. And I feel like you are sitting over here, you're dreaming. It's like you're doing the work that you need to do. You could be working on yourself, going to therapy, seeking some kind of spiritual advice, maybe even getting Reiki, that kind of thing. But this can also be in your work life. It's like you are doing the necessary, you're taking the necessary steps that you need to get to your end goal, okay? And your end goal is something completely different. It's just something completely different than where you have been, okay? So all these cards flew off, and yes is here at the bottom of the deck. Yes, you're on the right path. Yes, okay. So your career and finance message is the Six of Swords. So I really feel like a lot of this has to do with like where you're at in your life, regarding where you work. You also have the Seven of Pentacles. Again, it's like you are just dreaming up a totally new future. You are ready to go in a new direction, something that aligns with what your heart truly desires. I feel like a lot of us are going through that right now. It's like, you're going through this sort of awakening process where you're like, I simply cannot do what I do right now. It just isn't working for me. I would rather live a happy life, and I said this for another sign, and go be a cashier at McDonald's than do what I do, okay? And so then you have the King of Wands. And it's like, what your value system is regarding your work life. What you really, really, truly want. And it's like, it's taken a while for you to get there, but you're doing it, okay? The Devil card. Don't overdo it, okay? That's the thing. It's like, allow yourself to take the steps, but don't overdo it. Don't obsess too much about the changes that you need to make. Just kind of allow yourself to let things flow with this King of Cups, okay? Just Knight of Cups, with this Knight of Cups. Just allow things to flow, okay? Because if you find yourself trying to make too many changes at once, you might kind of make a mess of things, okay? And the whole point is for you to have a new opportunity. You know what I mean? Something totally different. So your love message is the Temperance card, the Hierophant, the Magician, and the Two of Cups. And so what I'm seeing here with this is that this Hierophant can be a committed partnership. That's typically what it is. It can also be just a traditional way of approaching relationships. And I feel like, you were sort of bothered by it with this Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You were sort of bothered by a commitment from the past, a relationship that you're in right now. Something has been pushing you to want to find some kind of peace in your life with this Temperance card, okay? But the thing about it is that you find yourself over here with this Magician and the Two of Cups. It's like you're manifesting some kind of connection, like a soulful connection, maybe a connection that flows a little bit better. And as a Cancer, it's like that seems to be what you want. You want flow, okay? And you know, that could be in a situation that you're currently in, like you're trying to use the tools that you have in order to, you know, make that happen, or hopefully get that to happen in the situation that you're in. Or you're manifesting something that flows a little bit better for you. I feel like it's like you need to make a choice, you know? It's like, do you want to stay in this energy, you know, that didn't really bring you a lot of peace, or do you kind of want to set yourself free? That's what I'm seeing. I do want to get some more clarification though. Tell me more about Cancer's love life. The World. Yeah, see, that's the thing. The Devil card on the bottom of the deck. Something about this situation right here, and that's what I was getting. There's something about this situation that just was really unsettling for you, and you see that now with this Ace of Swords. Ten of Wands is underneath that. It's like you see it very clearly now, and it's like now you want something different. Tell me more about this Magician and Two of Cups. Oh. Ten of Swords. Tell me more about that. The Moon card. Judgment at the bottom of the deck. I mean, this can definitely be somebody that you have some history with. I mean, I definitely want to say that, like, you know, this is your card, you know? You could be, like, subconsciously, you want something different, or you have a very specific idea of what you want, but it's like you kind of have to get past the pain of what's happened in the past. You know, there needs to be a renewal of the situation, some healing, that kind of thing. I definitely feel like you might kind of keep an eye on them, kind of see what's up. But okay, so your subconscious message is the Six of Cups. Yeah, the Six of Cups and the King of Cups. So, I mean, I feel like deep down inside, you know what you want. You really do. You know what you want. But it's like you don't want to allow what's happened to you in the past to infringe on what you truly want. And so it's like I feel like you're kind of doing what you have to do in the present moment to make the changes that you need to make in order to get to a point where you're open to this, okay? So because you want things to be equal and balanced, you know what I mean? So that's what I have for you, Cancer, and I am gonna do Scorpio next. Okay, Scorpio, let's go ahead and get into your message. So you have Abundance and Morning Dew Girl as your Oracle message for the week. Okay, so this is what you're needing to do right now, Scorpio, because you have an interesting message, and I just got to tell you, I feel like it kind of plays off the last one that I just recently did. And you are really needing to just take some time and just pay attention to every little thing that you enjoy in life, just the tiniest little things. Make a gratitude journal, okay? Because listen, you have abundance that wants to come into you, and this ain't it, okay? This is not it, okay? I just have to tell you. So this Ace of Cups is your weekly reading, or your overall reading. It wanted to come out in reverse though. It was like this, and I was like, I don't know, you know what I mean? So I wanted to see what other cards came out with it. I think it's supposed to be reversed. You have the Knight of Swords. You have the Devil card, you have the Eight of Swords, and you have the Eight of Cups. Honey, you are dealing with somebody right now who is just straight up not capable of emotional availability, okay? They just don't have it. They just don't have it. And you have the Moon card, and you have the Well card as well. And I feel like it's like this is saying deep down in your subconscious, you know this, but it's like I feel like an unhealthy attachment has been created. It could be through passion and desire with this Devil card, and with this Eight of Swords, it's like you're getting mentally stuck in the anger towards this person for not treating you the way that you deserve to be treated, but ultimately they don't have the capability to do it. And you're needing to get what their intentions are for you, like find out what they are, get crystal clear intentions. And if they can't give it to you, then just understand that it is what it is and it's time for you to let this go, okay? Because this is some unhealthy energy and you can't stay in this, okay? You can't stay in this. So as far as your career and finances, you have the King of Cups, you have, or Knight of Cups. I keep calling this the King. The Knight of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Devil card again, and the Eight of Pentacles and the Hierophant. And the way that I saw this is I was like, I feel like you're putting way too much stock in your financial success right now. It's like that has become such an intrinsic part of your worth that it's like you're not focusing on your worth as is. You're focusing on your worth as compared to societal values with this Hierophant and this Devil. Okay, and our societal values can be our physical appearance, especially when it comes to feminine, right? When we have like these ridiculous beauty standards we're supposed to live up to, right? Which could also be this energy I was telling you about. And then additionally, you know, financial, you know, what career success looks like to society, and then it can't be anything outside of that. And I feel like you've been measuring yourself up against that, but you're starting to see the truth and you're like, wait a second, this doesn't work for me, hold up, you know, and you really start to take this power with this Emperor card at the bottom of the deck, and you're like, this doesn't work for me. You know, I own my own worth and value, and I know what success looks like to me, and I get to define that, okay? So that's what I see for you. So as far as your love situation goes, you have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, you have the Hanged Man, Ten of Swords, and the Hierophant. You need to release anybody who does not have the capability to respect your value system, okay? And that's what I'm seeing here, because with this Hanged Man, to me, it's like sometimes it can be somebody who needs to see things from a higher perspective and that kind of thing, but sometimes to me, it's just somebody who doesn't take any action, doesn't put in any effort, you know, is ambivalent, that kind of thing. And it's just like, well, how long are you going to sit around and wait on somebody to get their crap together? You know what I mean? It's really painful for you. And in the end, it's like you have a value system, you have an idea of how you want to be treated, and this is not it. And what it's doing is it is triggering your abandonment wound. It's triggering this lonely feeling, this feeling of being ghosted, like maybe you've been ghosted in the past, or not enough, that kind of thing. And so you have the Temperance card on the bottom of the deck, which is telling you it is time for you to find your internal peace and to release yourself from this situation, because this person is not capable of giving you what you need, okay? So what your subconscious wants you to know, you have the Justice card and you have the Knight of Wands, okay? You have to understand that people who are super inconsistent in what they want and how they show up, they attract that into their lives, okay? And so if they end up being taken out of your life, it is because your guides are removing them because your vibrational frequency does not match them, okay? So if you have this balanced energy, or you are trying to have a balanced energy, and you know what you want, and then you have somebody who doesn't know what they want and they're very ambivalent and they're not emotionally available, they're just going to leave your existence because they cannot match you vibrationally, okay? So in a sense, it's like the universe is doing you a favor. However painful it may be, it's just the fact that they cannot do it, okay? And sorry, I had an alarm. So I see for you the Emperor card, okay? And this is, again, so you have this energy. It's like I feel like through this situation, you really start to step into your own power, your own worth, and what you define you, okay? You define your value, your worth, and you define what success looks like to you, and you define what you want in relationships through this process. And it's like you don't allow it to affect you very long, okay? So that's what I have for Scorpio. Okay, Pisces, let's go ahead and get into your reading. So, okay, you have for your oracle message of the week, you have trying times, okay? But you also have been here before at the bottom of the deck, and then you have keys on trees. And this is all about the fact that like you have the ability to set yourself free from situations, okay? And what I feel like for you is that you know, you may be going through stuff right now, like a bit of a struggle in your life, but the thing about it is that you've been here before, and that means that you are capable of getting through it because you've gotten through it in the past. And I feel like this is kind of a test of your faith, is what's happening. May have something to do with Jupiter retrograde. Do you want to say that? Okay, in Pisces. Okay, but so your overall tarot message for the week is the Fool card and the Sun card. And I was like, okay, so basically this means to me is that you are coming to the realization that you can let yourself out of the mindset of struggle, okay, that you can set yourself free, all right? And that because with this Five of Swords here, it's like you're conflicted. You know, like if you're gonna stay in the old pattern of thinking and you're gonna be like, you know, like say it's the mindset of like, why is this happening to me? And instead you start to like focus on, you know, what can I learn from this? You know what I mean? Or how can I chase my joy instead of staying in this mindset of why is this happening? You know what I mean? And so I feel like you are going through a major change through this week because you have the Death card, which is like no surprise to me because lately Pisces has been getting this a lot, this Death card. And that's why I feel like you've just been going through a major life transformation, but it is for the better, okay? Because you have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles to me a lot of the times is like the energy of you kind of starting over in a new way of being, okay? A new situation or just a new way of showing up in the world, okay? And that's going to be different for everybody. But I feel like ultimately you want to chase your joy, all right? So your career and finances, you do have the Strength card and you do have the Six of Pentacles. Sorry, I had an alarm. So, okay, I feel like the energy that you have here, you have the Strength card and you have the Six of Pentacles, right? And so I kind of feel like this has a little bit to do with like you needing to just put one foot in front of the other as you just kind of get through the situation that you're in. And I'm feeling like what's happening here with you is that it's almost like you've been just looking at the situation all wrong with this Four of Cups, you know? But I feel like you're starting to see that with the Page of Pentacles. And, you know, before, I felt like in the readings I was doing for Pisces, like there was a little dissatisfaction in the workplace, but like it was like you love what you did, but at the same time, you know, the people that you worked with, you were like, you know? And so I feel like there's kind of a shift in perspective about that. You're starting to focus on the right thing. And it's because you've spent some time in introspection. And I feel like you're understanding the, you know, the value of putting one foot in front of the other and just like drawing on your own strength and just kind of getting through it, you know? And I feel like, again, with like this Two of Wands, you know, you have a major transformation that's taking place in you. You're choosing a different path for yourself this time. And you have the Eight of Wands. So it's like things start to move a lot more quickly for you after this, like after you've kind of made that shift in, you know, your vibration, okay? So your love reading, you have the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Eight of Swords. Okay, this is not comfortable energy, and I do want to say this absolutely 100%, it is not comfortable energy. But what I do want to say is that what I see here is that you have constructed a new value system with this Hierophant as a result of this really uncomfortable energy that you are in. I feel like there has been a part of you that has been so afraid of being abandoned that it's like you almost, it's like you do the whole like cut and run before you feel like somebody else is going to abandon you kind of thing. And with these two cards together, and ultimately it's like I felt like you weren't really seeing the connection that was there with this Hierophant, or you weren't really seeing that, you know, things were so much more secure than you thought that they were, because you were operating out of this fear, okay? And you also have the Devil card on the bottom of the deck, which only solidifies what I just said. Like you were operating out of like this intrinsic fear, because you also have the Eight of Swords. And this is all like, these are all fear-based energies, right? But I mean, I feel like through this Hierophant can also be spiritual development. Even to me, I tie emotional development and spiritual development in together. And so I feel like you could have even like emotionally evolved through this process, and you're starting to see, you know, how things could be different on your end even, and how you allowed the fears to sort of run your life, right? And I feel like you're manifesting things a little different moving forward. I feel like you're kind of taking the power into your own hands. You're using the things that you've learned, the tools at your disposal, in how you move forward in relationships. And I also feel like you are allowing yourself to be more forthcoming moving forward. Okay? So your subconscious wants you to know the Nine of Cups and the Empress card. I feel like what this is saying for you is that you ultimately know where your happiness is with this Nine of Cups, but I feel like you're needing to connect with your divine feminine energy. And your divine feminine energy, it doesn't have to be like if you're feminine presenting, okay? It can also just be it can be for everybody. It's about you caretaking yourself. It's about you loving yourself. It's about you embracing your emotions, you know, because with the masculine energy is saying, you know, that it's, you know, not okay to have emotions. And so we have a tendency to be very prideful and arrogant, and we mask these emotions because they're considered weak, right? But when you step into the divine feminine energy, you start to realize how truly fulfilled and happy you are when you connect to that frequency, that divine feminine frequency. And I feel like what your guides are telling you is that it's time for you to take a break and go within and connect to that, okay? Because you can't live your life in this energy of deceiving yourself and telling yourself that you don't have these feelings anymore, or that you don't have these feelings at all, or that, you know, they don't exist, or that you're over it, or whatever. Like, I feel like what this is saying, because the Seven of Swords is underneath that, what this is saying is that there's a lot of sort of self-denial that happens as a result of not wanting to confront emotions. And I see that that's part of like your major transformation that's occurring here, is you allowing yourself to confront that. And I feel like that has to do with this key that you are using to set yourself free. Okay? So maybe like this fear that you've been operating out of is a fear of vulnerability. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's time to really tap into this divine feminine, because that's what your subconscious wants you to know. Okay, that's all I have for you, Pisces. Bye.